I'm Dean. I did my BA in International Business Management at Cardiff University. I'm from Chongqing, China, and my ideal job in the future is to be a marketer and work in the advertising industry.
Hi, my name is Elenda. I'm from Shanghai, China. I graduated from Fudan University and I want to work in the advertising agency in the future.
My name is Ruby and my Chinese name is Lei Mao, and I studied in Beijing previously. And my future job, I want to be a marketer.
Okay, I'm Panita. I'm from Thailand and I studied in Australia before. I already did my first MA. It was in Media and International Development.
My name is Pink and I come from Thailand, Bangkok. Previously I studied entertainment media production in Thailand, and I want to be like the account planner in the future.
Hello, my name is Crystal and I come from China. I study advertising in Wuhan University in my bachelor, and now I study advertising design management at WSA, and ideally I want to work at some magazines advertising or marketing department.
Okay. My name is Iona. I'm from Greece. My first degree was in marketing and communication at the Athens University of Economics and Business, and hopefully after finishing my studies I would like to work at an advertising agency.
And about EPUB, we worked with Zara. So literally, Zara is our client, and our target is young girls in China. We are very excited about it because we found lots of information and useful resources for this EPUB.
Our EPUB application is focused on the businessman, and our client is Air France.
Our EPUB is talking about the hyperactive children and mainly focus on the recipe to the parents who don't know what kind of food is good for their children.
Our client is the partnership between Kuoni and John Lewis, and what we did for them is like to help them assist their customer beyond just selling the product.
Our EPUB is named Chinese Table, and it's a promotion for Chinatown supermarket in Winchester, and our target audience is the middle-aged Britain woman who loved Chinese food but don't know how to do it.
Our EPUB is a children's e-book for the Dogs Trust organization. It's a dog welfare charity in the UK, and our target group is families with 3 to 5 year old children in the UK who have already decided and come to the Dog Trust to get a dog. And this e-book will be a guide to help them and give them advices about their new pet.
I mean, negotiation part is probably the most challenging thing for us because we have to work with those designers. We are advertising students and we have so many concepts, but how are we gonna link those concepts to those skills, to their skills, and how are they gonna demonstrate our concepts is probably the most challenging part for us.
When we doing the EPUB application, the most difficult things I think is to negotiate with them, because they are designers or managers, totally different things we have to do. They have to focus on the color things, the fun things, and we have to focus on the promoting and advertising, and sometimes we can't agree with each other, so that is a difficult thing.
It must be the negotiation, because when we do the research we should thinking about whether it can work for them to design it, and so I think it's difficult.
I guess it's about like working with people that you don't know before, and also people from other culture.
I think we both have the area that we need to focus, like the design team, they want to focus in the design area, and sometimes they tend to like forget about the customer-centric that we need to support our customers.
About MA, I found you have to do lots of research compared to your BA study. So you have to know which book, and you have to work with your tutor, and you have to ask questions and write proposals and write literature reviews about your research area. It's quite different because BA is about concepts, about learning, but MA is about learning individually.
For me, it's a paraphrasing thing because the first time I handed in my essays, I was told that I got a very high Turnitin in UK scores, make me very nervous. So I asked her, how can I do that? So she asked me to went to the admin, who is an English supporter. She helped me a lot, how to paraphrase and how to write my future dissertations. Is it going to be very useful for me?
As the international student, I think it must be thinking in English, speaking in English, and writing in English is the most challenge for me because English is not my mother language. I had to think about what should I talk and whether it is good for me to speak in English.
I think everything is going so fast. Like the course in the UK is just 1 year, and like everything is so tight. You need to be very like organized and behave yourself.
Yeah, for myself, it's like I can't control myself, and because the MA study requires plenty of time for self-study, so I need to overcome myself for the new life and other interesting stuff to focus on my study.
The most challenging thing for me was the way of writing a proper paper. In my undergraduate studies, I used to write in a totally different kind of way. So it was quite difficult for me at the beginning to start writing with academic references and using citations and such stuff. So I think that the English language support class with Adeline was really helpful for me to structure my essay and my arguments.
The London trip was very useful, and there were a few speeches there as well. And I went to the director from Google and also some guy from Nokia, and they did some impression speech, and I learned a lot. And also I see the future trend there, because those advertisers and marketers that they're showing what's gonna be in the future, and I thought it was really helpful for me.
We went there totally free, of course, and we learned a lot of seminars, a lot of lectures, very famous people from there, like the Nokia global marketer. He's talk about something like the transformation of digital marketing, which is very useful for me.
I think it's quite interesting because it's professional exhibition, and I attend 2 lectures. One is talking about how the mobile email in the future, and second is whether it is work for B2B in social media. And the speaker are all from the professional advertising agency, and I think the lecture is not boring. It's quite interesting.
It was pretty good because get to see many people from advertising agencies and actually learning what is going on with advertising.
In the future, I think, according to the guys from Google, he said, I think probably the location-based service. So advertisers should probably say the future can be, some advertisement can be target, and the target can be reached by mobile phones and use the location service.
I guess so, the fast-changing technology.
I think advertising industry need to really understand the digital revolution, because the limitation of the digital is unknown, and we have no idea what we can do with it.
I think in the future, as an advertiser, we must pay attention to digital marketing.
I think mobile communications are the key in the future in advertising. Mobility and location are two main points that advertisers should be focused in the future.
Enjoyable.
Challenging.
Cool.
Challenge.
Insightful.
Interesting.
Fun.